What if I told you I have a 500 watt, two 100 watt, and a 60 RGB watt light with their batteries and grips and with two light stands, everything inside this carry-on case. Let's go check it out. Let me tell you how this idea was born first. Every time I would go to a shoot, I would struggle carrying stuff around. Now, every single light comes in a nice carrying case to carry everything around and to have everything packed. But when you have more than two lights, that's when it gets more difficult. Imagine just showing up to set with 5 different cases or with all the lights in your hands. Also, just figuring out what to bring and what not, the office would quickly turn into a mess. Even just getting a single light, I would have to search through the closet to get anything. And that's when it came to mind. Okay, I should have something where I keep all my essential lights, something I can travel with, and I can just keep it in my office, not taking so much space. Well, and that is the story. I managed to fit everything in this carry-on case thanks to Shoutout and of course their insanely compact products. And that is basically the only reason. Other than that, it's just me having patience and creativity to be able to organize and fit everything inside. Now, what I'm gonna show you is my personal preference and what I found works best for me to bring to set. You're able to customize it and add something or maybe leave it behind if you're not gonna use it, but you're able to make it your own and customize it depending on your needs. But let's just start by showing you what I have inside of the case. I'm also excited to say that I'll be giving a brand new of this away, so stay tuned until the end of the video to get yours. The biggest one or the strongest one that I have is the Molus G300, which is a bicolor 300 watt light that you can take up to 500 with the boost mode. I don't think you're gonna need anything more powerful than that, and if you do, then you're definitely gonna need like a 1200 or something, but this is gonna be very good for most cases. On this other side, I have the controller of the G300. I put this mini reflector on this side because it fits great, and this one is gonna be for the Molus 100 and then for the 660 watt as well. And then on this side, let me already show you, I have a silicone that you can put on top of this and then it works as a diffuser. This one I already took it out, but this is gonna be the soft box, which is also gonna work for either or. All right, let's just go with these two boys, which I have two 100 lights by color in this case, which is crazy. The size of these guys, it makes it possible to fit them in here. And I have 3 batteries that works with these lights. So I've been able to run these lights for basically a half day of production non-stop. And then this little guy, which is a 60 watt RGB light, which is my favorite one because look at this size. I can take these anywhere and it's not gonna cover any space. And a good thing about this one is that you can use the batteries. Now let's say I'm already using the G300 with this power outlet with the adapter, and then I'm using 1 or 2 of these lights with the batteries and then the other one is out. So if I want to use this one, what do? I will just use this directly with USB-C connected to my phone charger, which is this little Anchor 65 watts that it's probably very popular. You've probably seen it. I just connect this one like this. Let me show you. I connect the strongest one, which is going to be 65 watts. So you plug it in directly through USB-C and then boom. You're gonna have power, and then you see it says 65 watts, so you're able to take it all the way to 100% with my phone charger, which is what I do. Now just make sure that you have a longer cable so you're able to put this one on a tripod or on a wall with a mount, whatever. And then it's the same one that I use for my phone or my laptop. It's a USB-C. You probably already have a few. Next up in the list, we have something really important, and it's where you're gonna be putting all these lights. If you don't have a clamp or somebody that's gonna hold the light for you, you're gonna need a light stand. And then in this case, I have not 1 but 2 light stands, as you can see. It's carbon fiber and it's very lightweight and small, as you can see. So I found it on Amazon. I'm just gonna leave the link in the description so you can check it out. And you might be wondering if this light stand can hold this heavier light, and the answer is yes. I have used it, and then for me, for the size, it's very good. It works. It can hold this light. It holds the smaller lights. You just have to make sure that when you use it, it's not on an uneven surface or floor. And then if it is, just make sure to put something heavier on it so it doesn't go to the side, because at the end of the day, it's gonna be a very lightweight tripod. I think for the size, for the weight, it does a pretty good job. Now, this is what worked for me. You're actually able to maybe take 2 of these out and maybe add a V-mount battery to it instead of having 2 smaller batteries. And you can still power the smaller lights through USB-C if your V-mount battery has the port. So you're also able to do that with the cable. But basically what I'm trying to say is you're able to modify this. Maybe you don't need a 300 watt light, maybe you need more of these, or maybe you need 2 of these. You can modify all of these, make it your own. This is the setup that worked for me, and this is how I'm gonna keep it, at least for now. Anytime I want to shoot something inside of my studio or something indoors, I already know where these lights are because these are my go-to lights. And if you're probably wondering what lights I'm using for this specific setup where I'm showing you what's inside of my case, I'm only using 2 C100 bar lights by Shoutout, one as a key light and then the other one as a fill light, which they work really great together because this C100 is RGB and I'm able to use some nice color contrast in the shot to make it more interesting. Now the lid for me is also very important because I'm able to first have some cables in here, like I have an HDMI, a D-tap to DC cable. I have this clamp which I usually use to mount a light anywhere. I have some extra batteries for the camera here, a grid that goes in this soft box, some stickers of my business, and then in here you could either put your laptop, I have an SD card just in case, and then you can add in here some documents or papers or your laptop or your iPad, whatever. Now I'm gonna be adding every single link in the description below so it's easier for you to find that specific gear that I'm using, and that way you're able to build your own lighting case. I wanna know what you would do different in your case. What light are you bringing, or what is it that you're leaving behind? Or if you just have a question about something specifically, leave a comment below. I'll be replying back to everybody as soon as possible. And thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.